day, beautiful souls. Hope Healer here. Today we're going to talk about boundaries. And boundaries is a really important tool that we can use on our self-healing journey, or in our recovery journey of all types, because in our past we're probably used to not having boundaries and allowing people to walk all over us and use us until they drain us dry and we have nothing left for ourselves. Now, boundaries is one of my favorite topics because a lot of us, like I said, don't know even what they are or how to use them. And so I'm going to make a shorter video today. I have made longer ones about boundaries, but I'm going to make a shorter one today about it because boundaries are not for them. I repeat, boundaries are not for them. Boundaries are for us, nobody else. So the reason I repeat that is because a lot of times when we're first learning boundaries and having a voice, using our voice, we think boundaries is making someone stop doing something. And wrong answer. Boundaries is where you have your restriction and self-control and self-discipline to not engage and choose not to do something or to do something for your best interest, for your own health, sobriety, safety, wellness, sanity, all of that. Okay? It has nothing to do with the other person because you're always going to run into people who are going to push the limits, that are going to push that boundary because they don't have self-respect. So if they don't have self-respect, they're not going to respect you. Does that make sense? We will want to verbalize these things to specific people and specific scenarios, but they're mostly for us. They're mostly for us to tell ourselves that I'm not going to tolerate this, and this is what I will do moving forward. After I have told this person this is what I will or will not accept, this is the repercussion for that. Now, this is the part that's harder for people because the repercussion is on you, okay? So essentially, you're going to be suffering cutting this person off. You're going to have to bite your tongue and walk away. You are going to have to cut ties with people that you never thought you would have to because that's what your boundary is. And that's where people have a lot of misconception here. You're not going to stop people and go, oh, you're not going to do that. And they just stop. It does not work that way. Okay. You're going to say your boundary. They're going to push it. They're going to cross over it. And then what are you going to do for you to not get exposed to that again? That's what boundaries are. Having self-boundaries is, I'm not going to answer my phone after 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. It will go on do not disturb mode. Now, if there's an emergency, certain people know how to get through to me. But outside of that, I have my boundary of that is my time to rest, relax, take care of me, make sure that I have plenty enough rest. That's one of my boundaries. And I can't enforce that. People are going to call. People are going to send me things. But my boundary is that I'm not going to engage. I'm going to shut on my do not disturb mode, and that's it. And then if somebody does it, I can't get mad if I'm the one that answered back or if I looked at my phone or I didn't turn it off. Another one of my boundaries is, we're not going to put me in a sketchy situation after I have repeatedly told you in the past that I don't tolerate this and I don't accept that. What am I going to do? I'm going to stop engaging with this person because ultimately, all I'm doing is making myself angry by hoping and praying that they're going to do the right thing. So what do? I put them on ignore mode. I do not have to talk to them. I do not have to answer them, and I do not have to see them. Sometimes it takes blocking. Sometimes it takes just eliminating from your life, period. So another part of having boundaries is, if we're constantly repeating what our boundary is, we're not doing it for us. We're doing it to try and control them. Right? Listen again. You are trying to control other people. And that's not what boundaries are. So when you're constantly repeating it and speaking it into the universe, like this is what my boundary is. Okay, we are projecting our insecurities and unmanaged self-control and self-discipline with certain things. So instead of having that eliminated by not engaging, you're bringing more of it into your world because you keep speaking life into it. The best way is to not project it outwards, just step away. We go through this healing journey. It is sometimes lonely. It is often lonely because people in our circle are not on the same frequency. They're not on the same timeline. They are not on the same healing. They're not going to respect and honor what we've got going on. So we have to respect and honor us. That, my friends, is what boundaries are.